Well, expectations can be scary. Great expectations even scarier. But for our two stars here, living up to expectations comes easy, doesn't it?
No.
No?
Absolutely
Well, I thought
not.
otherwise.
No. For you, Adi?
Living up to expectations. No, it depends on
Whose
what day it is.
expectations?
Yes, exactly.
Whose expectations? Like, according to my mom, everything I do is, sweetie, that was amazing. It's wonderful.
My mom is my biggest critic.
You're so
she.
good in that film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My mom is very harsh on me.
But she thinks she's telling the truth. Like, I guess, mothers love you, so you're so good in that film.
Estella and you were far removed. But for an actor, when she is doing a character who she doesn't relate to, is that a challenge?
Doesn't relate to, yes, that's a challenge. If the character is very different from you, that might not be a challenge. Because you might understand this person, whoever this person is, this character is, even if it's not similar to you. There's a film I've done, probably not the right example to give, but there's a film I've done called Mere Brother Ki Dulhan, where the character is nothing like me, but I understood who the director wanted her to be. She's a crazy person. She's cracked, the girl I play in the movie, but it was so, I understood that there can be a person like this. But characters who you don't understand, like, how can a person be like this? Then I find that tough. And actually, the character I play in this movie, Firdaus, was like that for me. There were many moments where I've asked our director, Abhishek, that, are people really like this? Like, is this really, like, do you know people like this? And he would give me that confidence and say, yeah, I actually do.
Yeah, because she's, not very likable. She's arrogant, she's cold, and, she's getting manipulated too, but...
Yeah, I think also... the character of Estella from Great Expectations, which is my character is based on, is actually a very discussed character, which is actually almost a little bit of a luxury that you have as actors in this film, because you almost have your character sketch all ready for you, because it's there. There's so many discussions made on this girl, why she is the way she is, and obviously we know. Her mother, who is played by, of course, Tabu in the film, actually says that, I want to create a weapon, or I want to create a person who is only going to hurt men, because she's been so hurt in love.
Yeah,
the mother has been so hurt and so bitterly betrayed by her experiences in love that it's made her want to seek revenge on people in general, which can happen. Some people are like that. It's unfortunate. So I think she tries to create this person who is very cold and who doesn't feel anything, and who is emotionally unavailable.
So the power dynamics and manipulations in a relationship, would you get manipulated or become a pawn in something like that?
Do I think I'm above being able to be manipulated in a relationship? No. But I think the thing about when one is truly in love, or when you're really in love, I think even if you know you're being played, or you know you're being made a fool out of, sometimes you just don't do anything, because the need you feel when you're in love, or the need for that person's love, is very strong, and that overpowers sometimes self-respect, it overpowers common sense, it overpowers advice. Sometimes it can overpower anything, because that's why they say love is probably...
Blinding.
Love is blinding, and yeah.
And what about you? Pip and Noor, somewhere he's also very needy.
Well, needy is one way of putting it. The other way of putting it is just that he's in love. He doesn't need anything from anyone else. I think he wants only one thing from one person. And that was a stretch as an actor also, to kind of figure out how someone can love so deeply for so long without having it being reciprocated. So yeah, he kind of is infatuated with her from a very young age, and continues to love her while he grows up and from then onwards. And I haven't had the experience ever. Not that I had a crush on a girl in the 5th standard, and she didn't know of my existence.
Oh God,
so that helped
5th
me.
standard, class 5.
But I kind of forgot about her by the 7th, right? Okay. Pip did not.
Oh, okay.
So So to wrap your head around that and kind of rationalize that and make that like a living, breathing person that is actually experiencing this and was something that you have to understand to make him seem real and that this love is real. But it was a privilege in a funny way to kind of be able to try and feel that.
आप ऐसी हैं वैसे रियल लाइफ में डिफिकल्ट होते हैं अगर कोई आपके पीछे पड़ा हो अपने प्यार का इजहार कर रहा हो तो आप एकदम मेल्ट हो जाती हैं या नहीं?
It depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends who it is. If someone,
I think she meets a lot of people that are in love with her all the time.
Any कोई मेमोरी है वैसे जैसे किसी ने बहुत प्यार किया हो बचपन से या अभी तक कोई ऐसी मेमोरी याद आती है कि जो स्कूल क्रश हो जो कोई दीवाना आपका हो?
Nobody loved me.
No. I don't know. I also find this hard to believe. वो तो कहती है कि फिल्म स्कूल में वो unpopular थी.
Really?
Yeah. Very unpopular. That means the least popular. Unpopular though, you have to be noticed to be unpopular. Then they notice that that's the unpopular one. I was not even noticed. I was the invisible one. Completely invisible.
That's very hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I could say easily, I had fun in
And
school.
do you meet any of those people who didn't even notice you and I'm sure they notice you now? You're like,
nope.
And like being in love, are you like detached or emotionally unavailable or are you just like intense?
I think there are very few people who are detached when they're in love. That's a bit of an unusual thing to be. And I consider myself quite normal that way. I'm not really unusual. I think love is quite similar. Yeah, everyone feels the same things when you're in love. You do feel that.
You feel it in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways and has different level of common sense in different people. But no, I think I'm quite normal in that aspect.
And Abhishek, like your director had said, and you had mentioned sometimes one doesn't know what Katrina is thinking. Is it true?
Sometimes one doesn't know. Yeah, sometimes she doesn't let on much sometimes. So you're wondering what's going on in that head of hers.
I know I'm never rude and arrogant, but what I can be is lost in my own thoughts. And that comes across to people as if you're not giving them proper attention or proper, you're not addressing them properly. But actually that usually happens to me only when I'm really lost in my head and a little bit troubled. But still, you have to learn how to, conduct yourself in all situations. So that is something which I have to be careful of. Yeah. And in my head, I'm in a tragedy story. In my head, there's a tragedy film where I've become Madhubala from, a tragedy film, and this is happening. But to the person in front, they see you on the surface.
You're right.
You're Katrina, and you're, what do you have to be unhappy about?
Yeah.
So they think, oh, she must be, I don't know, it's really arrogant or whatever. But actually, whenever you see me in that expression, there's usually a tragic movie playing in my head. Because I take this as my job. What happens in the film industry sometimes, I feel that everyone feels
mixes it up.
Yeah, it's actually just a big
party.
Place, a big party. It's
yeah,
just fun and games. And actors are of course privileged, which we are. But
and sometimes the lines blur, and a lot of people.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes professional life and the personal life can get blurred, and one can affect the other?
They should not. I mean, let's give an example.
Yeah.
But it's tricky, according to me.
I agree with you.
Let's pretend you are news anchor 1,
okay,
and there's news anchor 2. Okay, for example. Let's pretend you both are in a relationship, and let's pretend you guys start fighting, and you're still working for this lovely studio, and you come to work. You'll still come to work professionally, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not about being able to do your job. You're still going to have to go to work and do your job. But it's your emotions that you're feeling in your personal life come into the rest of your life. As an actor.
Is it tough?
Of
course it's tough. Yeah. You don't go and throw your
and though in your head you must be thinking
on what the emotion you're feeling. Let's say you're really upset at home, okay? Let's say you're low at a period in life, or let's say you're depressed or you're hurt or you're broken-hearted.
You're not going to go to work and start crying.
Yeah, you're not going to go to work and display that emotion.
Yes.
You go and say, good morning, sir, or if you're the boss, then good for you. Then you say, hello, subordinates. But you go to work and you be professional, right?
If you had, have you had a real life fitur with anything or anyone? An obsession, which you, any person, any hobby, anything.
Well, I've been in a relationship in the past where I've really wanted it to work out and it wasn't, and I was, you could say, obsessed with the idea of trying to make it work even though it was so obvious that it wasn't the right thing for me.
So you can you experience your character a little bit.
Not to the extent that this guy has.
Because some stuff was going on.
And Katrina is like...
You know, like our director says, who I wish you guys could have met him because he's a very wonderfully intelligent person. He said that, you know, if in your life you've not ever really obsessively loved somebody, then what have you done? So I like to think that, I like to think that I really loved somebody, And apart from that, I think I'm... and that's something I'm learning to do. That's what I'm learning to do right now. I think actually that is, I mean, as I'm sure everyone here knows, that is the most important thing that you can do for yourself, is obsessively love yourself first and then love other people.
Nowadays movies, like all the movies do have an item song and all. At the same time, we do have a bunch of people who are against the idea of item songs because it objectifies women. So what's your take on that?
My take on that is I'm happy you asked that question. I read about it a lot and sometimes I really disagree with some of the things said. The intention behind what you're doing is what matters. If you're going out there to tantalize or to objectify a woman, then in my opinion, which I have every right to have, that's completely wrong and ridiculous. And I'm the last person to want to be part or participate in anything which is going to undermine a woman. Now, having said that, I'm sure in today's age, social media, I mean, everything's accessible to us all now. Some of the most beautiful songs, which I love, and I'm sure you guys do, I'm going to give some English examples and some Hindi examples. So whether we look at, say, Madonna, whether we look at Beyonce, these are iconic women, who to me are iconic. They're women who symbolize success, strength, character. They definitely don't look like women to me who are being put down by any guy or any person. And if we look closer to home, we see some, there's some of my favorite performances of songs. Let's take Madhuri Ji, some of her songs. Some of her songs are beautiful, but very sensual, and they're celebrating. So while some women may call it objectivity, I think that you're celebrating being feminine. You're celebrating your femininity. It's certain aspects of being a woman, because am I a woman? Am I feminine? Yes, I'm not a man. So I think there's no shame in that. If you allow yourself, or if you're ever put in a position by another person or by a man or in any industry where you feel you're being objectified, then that's very unfortunate, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But for me especially, in all the songs I've done, I've always felt a certain sense of control and a certain sense of power, almost, as that this is something, dance is something which gives me a great sense of satisfaction. I hope that answered some part of your question.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
And Aman has been waiting with a rose. So Aman, you have a question?
Hi, Miss Katrina. Hi, Mr. Aditya. First of all, you look extremely gorgeous and you look extremely handsome. In the promos, you both look amazing. But I have a little task for you and something for you. Can I just come here and...
As long as it's little but easy.
Little bit easy, okay. Very easy. Come on. Okay, first of all, I have brought this for you. This is for you. A beautiful lady deserves a beautiful rose. And for you, I have a big hug.
Oh, well done. Hug is good.
Hug is good, man. First of all, I am a Sikh. I am a Punjabi. And in a movie named Namaste London, you spoke a little bit of Punjabi.
I say it starts with Ishq. I'm dancing with Akshay. And I say Ishq, something, 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 something in Punjabi.
Ishq mere mitra pehchan ki, mit jai jad zid apnan.
Yes, that's what I said.
But right now,
I
you just
recognize it.
Need to repeat what I say, okay? Meha, teri heer, tu hai, mera ranja.
Mera ranja. Now that's okay, I'm okay with that.
Sada,
okay, sada,
pyar, rahega, sanja.
Sanja.
मैं चाहवांगी तू घुमा दे मैनू सारा शहर ते थोड़ा फितूर ते साडी जोड़ी पाएगी थोड़ा फितूर ते साडी जोड़ी
ते
साडी जोड़ी पाएगी पूरा कहर.
Okay, now I got the gist of it. So I'm your heer, you're my ranja, and something's going to happen and you're going to take me around the whole city.
Yeah.
Right?
With a lot of fitur.
With a lot of madness.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happens.
and then we just ride and we enjoy the ride. We
Yeah,
enjoy the
yeah,
movement.
Just
Great.
like what? Back
And
into the
I
sunset.
just
bike,
wrote
ride,
her for
drive
this,
into the sunset.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aman. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi Aditya.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you that why do you do only one film per year? I'm very disappointed. Like, is it
Aditya's
some
role
kind of...
model is Amir Khan.
Well, that's true. I agree with you, and I'm not very happy with myself as well. I do look up to Amir Khan a lot, but I think at this stage in my career, it's important to do more films. And if not for that reason only, I also love being on set and love acting and love doing the whole thing. So I just want to be on set more and work more. Maybe I have to like more scripts more easily. So I'm happy though. After I finish with the release of Fitur, I start shooting my next film straight after in March, and then hopefully it'll keep going from there. So there'll be another release this year.
Thank you so much.
And also on social
Going to see that
media,
one.
a lot of your fans have written for you that how come you maintain this calm when things are written, you just maintain calm, doesn't it bother you? Like, it's just this amazing grace that you just handle things.
I agree.
Oh, thank you. Exactly, I think what we said before is that I see this as my place of work, and I really respect this as my place of work. And if there ever is other stuff where it's bothering you what's been written or been said about you, then the time for me to deal with that is in my own time. That's in my private time, in the space of your own home. But this is my work. I get held out by things, but I just know that I need to deal with that in my own time. I can't burden you and put it onto your time. You have to come and be professional and make sure that you're giving your best to your work whenever you're working.
किसी ने एक बार कहा था कि जो ये rumors होते हैं 80% true होते हैं. Is it true?
That's a rumor.
It depends whose rumor or for whom that person is. The person who said that, maybe their rumors are true. I don't know what's going on, who said that and what they're up to.
Also, recently you said you were open to a career in TV. Are you? Being in the hot seat?
In what capacity?
I don't
In
know.
what capacity as a host or
The reason I said that is because I don't know what capacity yet, but it just seems like something. See, it's a nice environment, and I do feel that if there was a really interesting concept or format, and nowadays TV is coming up with so many new formats and dance shows and so many different things. I think if there's something which hopefully is the right one for me, I would like to try it, I think.
And many of your colleagues are heading westward bound. So,
and also the other reason that I kind of want to try TV is because you get to read off a teleprompter.
Not that you have been.
Huh?
Not that she's been.
yeah, no, I don't know. No such luck, but I have got
No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
when
there
you
you go.
when you have to say long things, you get to read off a teleprompter, and then it will solve some of my problems.
And what about Hollywood? It seems like Bollywood is now just heading towards Hollywood. Like, take it to Hollywood. Everybody.
As I've said before, it's not like I'm sitting every day. So when people ask, would you consider a career in Hollywood? I'm not sitting refusing scripts with Tom Cruise. Like, no, that will not do. No, Brad Pitt, sorry, I'm busy. That's not what's happening. So if you get, like, as I'm sure some of my colleagues are doing, if you get a good film which must have appealed to them, then why would you not take it? For sure. Movies in any language is good. I've done movies in Telugu and Tamil.
Tamil, remember?
Which are really difficult.
I know.
So doing a movie in English would be kind of nice.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to spend much time on learning my lines.
Absolutely. And lastly, since it's Valentine's Day weekend, so what advice from Noor and Firdaus, Estella and Pip? Things to do in a relationship and things not to do in a relationship. And they're a young crowd here.
It's a very wide
Love Guru.
question.
Love
Love
back.
he is bestowed with me.
Adi's nickname I've given to him on this promotional tour is Love Guru.
Oh, I was just about to say that. Yeah, really?
Yeah, the things to do in a relationship, cheat, lie to your partner. Yeah, doing well?
Yeah, great.
I think we'll give pretty much generic advice if that's the question. Things to do in a relationship.
Okay, anyway.
Give each other the freedom to do what you want, and don't try and change the person to be who you want them to be, and that kind of stuff,
Okay, they say revenge is the
Beautiful.
dish Dish
Did it
best
bring a
served.
tear to your eye? That was so romantic.
Okay, so on a lighter note, revenge is a dish best served cold. So as you said, lie, cheat. So what should you do to a cheating partner then?
What should you do with a cheating partner?
Since you're the love guru.
Just turn the other cheek. Just let it be. Let it go.
Okay.
Now
Anyways,
that did bring a tear to my eye.
you.
See, that's
have
why I
any-
call him the love guru, because actually sometimes he has some very sensible advice.
Like give the other cheek and or the other hand.
No, but I think he.
I meant
Just
two wrongs don't make a right.
two wrongs don't make a right. Be
And
at
anyways,
peace.
one hopes that everything goes right for Fitur and all the very best. So, from
I
all
didn't
of
get
us
to
here
give
this
my nice
Valentine's
love
Day
advice.
weekend,
She wants to give advice.
I don't
Katrina,
have any.
come
No, no,
now.
please do.
Don't
please
take
do.
any advice from me. I have no love advice. That's why he's called the love guru, because he actually has the good
No,
advice.
but what would be your advice?
No, I really don't have any good advice.
Okay. So next time all of us
Don't
will
have any
trouble because-
preconceived ideas and be open to the universe.